Just gotta set everything up. I'm gonna wait for a little bit. Alright. No, it's not loaded yet. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Alright. Alright. Let's get started, shall we? Alright. Let's continue our journey through the Soviet wastelands. Alright. Alright, now where were we? Ah, yes, we're going to rest. For, 12 hours. Oh, hunger encumbered and, yeah. Yeah, don't worry. I have corned meat. Actually, I have roast meat as well. There we go. And my character is undergoing withdrawal. That's not good. Where did I put those stims? Where the hell did I put those stims? Where are my stims? Oh, there it is. There we go. Alright. Alright. Let's... Okay, got a lot of money indeed. Wait, is there anything I need to sell? Oh, actually, no, this is not really anything I need to sell yet. Well, we still need to find those goddamn snitches who tried to... Well, those moles who tried to take over the abandoned fortress that was under Denisovich. The Denisovich's control. We need to... Well, not under no, the traders weren't under Dan's control. They were under one of his subordinates' control, who was called the Shishak. And now he's dead, because I punched him in the face and he died. I uppercutted him to death. That's how powerful this character is. She is incredibly powerful. Look at this unit. I can't zoom in any further, so, yeah. She is an absolute unit. She literally uppercuts men into their deaths. She kills people with just her fists. That also happens to be armed with a spiked knuckle duster, but yes. Okay, so far, I don't think I was able to find any snitches in here, so yeah. I found no snitches, but I can, in fact, actually. Are you a snitch? No, you're not a snitch. Already checked the vehicle yard. I'm going to check the Paragon's barracks. No, nothing. Alright. Are you a snitch? No? Okay. Are you oh, he's blocking the door right now. Are you guarding the... He's blocking the door. Okay. Alright, well, I guess to Grozno Zamani then, wherever the exit is. Actually, I should probably take a look at the train yard once more to see if I can find those goddamn bag of gems, because I can't find them. It's supposed to be around here somewhere, but my alt key isn't lighting anything up in this area. I'm not sure why. We're supposed to find a bag of gems here, and then we're supposed to fight with the post-apocalyptic mafia. But no, they're not. But no, I can't find them. God damn it! I want to punch some faces in, specifically faces who are from a post-apocalyptic mafia. Nothing? Well, I'm never that okay, well that side quest is never gonna be finished because even I tried to search up where to find this bag of gems and well, they weren't helpful. And all the YouTube videos are just like, oh, how to find this item that isn't even related to the goddamn quest. So, yeah, that quest is just forever gonna be incomplete by the time I get to playing Atom RPG Trudograd, because that's the sequel to this game. But anyway, yeah, to Krasno Zamani. Wait, do I need to go anywhere first? No, I don't need to. Okay. Alright, we're finally going to Krasno Zamani after exploring literally everywhere else that isn't Krasno Zamani. Znameni, yeah, Krasno Zamani. Because I was saving that place for last. Oh. Oh, we are being attacked by insects and rats. Hi. Alright, it's dead. And okay, I'm moving here. Nice shot. Nice shot. Good job, Hexagon. Hexagen, not Hexagon. I keep getting. Oh my god. Alright, punch it. Good shot. Also another good shot. Alright. Good shot. Alright. Stay behind me. Good shot. Alright, nice. I'll take that. Good old harvesting. These simple-minded organisms are yet to realize that they're nothing more than bags of juicy experience and fish bait for me to harvest. Poor fools didn't know what hit them. They did not expect a rampaging She-Hulk to be trudging through the wastelands. No siree. She is capable of uppercutting a man to death. In fact, it will take an entire firing squad consisting of trained riflemen to actually beat her alone. But when she has a companion with her, though, that's a different story. It will take more than that to actually beat her. Anyway, alright. Where's Krasno Zamani again? Oh yeah, right here. Yeah, we got plenty of food in our inventory to last more than this trip, more than the whole trip actually. So we are good for travel. You've been ambushed by bandits. Yep. Okay. I'm not gonna talk my way out. If they're attacking me, I'm killing them. And he missed. They're just that afraid of her that they just missed their shots. Watch this. Yeah. See, one punch and that man is almost dead. See, if he wasn't wearing that armor, that man would have been dead by now. Well, actually, no, he would have been dead from the first hit, or so to say. Yes, she's so powerful she can dodge bullets. I'm not joking. She is powerful. Now watch this. She's gonna run up here. Yep, she just uppercut that man because he had less armor on. If he had more armor on, he would have been able to survive. See, not even a knife or a crossbow was able to do that much damage. Literal She-Hulk. Uppercut, yep, he's dead. Yep, extra turn. Bam, he's dead. Boom, he's dead. Now she's right behind you. And oh, he actually survived more. He actually survived 2 hits from me. Well, Well, you're definitely the most challenging person I've ever fought. But alas, you were still not strong enough to beat me. Anyway. Yeah. I'll give it. Have Hexagon hold that. Hexagen, not Hexagon. I keep saying Hexagon. Alright. Here's more bullets. That's it, yeah. Oh, what's this? Hexmophon. Okay, a mix between a helmet, a hat, and a two-way radio. Worn by tankmen. Okay, that's interesting. -1 dodge. Steel breastplate, oh my god. But that's gonna be heavy. Oh, nice, 420. Anyway, claw knuckle duster. I already have that. Okay. Alright, this is an interesting one. I'll carry them for now. Because I think there's an armor feat that I can eventually learn that'll literally reduce all of the negatives of wearing heavy armor. Alright, alright, we got a lot of shit to sell. We got a lot of stuff to sell. Throwing knives, nah. Coffee sells for good money. I need the money. Wooden crossbow. Ooh, more stems. I need that for my addiction. I can sell that. I can sell these as well. Leather breastplate. Can sell that. And you need more bullets. Alright. Is that everything? Oh, okay. I could take the alcohol because it can help reduce radiation. I'll have you carry that. Hexogen. What's the hat? Nah, not really. What do you carry? Alright. Anything else? No, okay. Well, bye. Alright, I need to heal myself first. Alright, stuff your face with some beetroot and canned meat. Alright, we're good. Alright. Dandy. Alright, to Krasnozami. Because that's literally the only place in the game that I have not been able... Well, I have been able to do that since the beginning. It's just, well... I was caught up with a bunch of side quest stuff that I don't think I've even progressed to even 10% of the main story yet. Because I've been doing just side quests for 2 streams. Oh, okay. You've been ambushed, murder doomsday called. Yeah, I'll just kill them. Because once again, they do not know what they do not know what to expect in the wasteland. They surely wouldn't expect a raging She-Hulk to just burst into their line of fire and starts punching in them to death. Like this poor sap right here. Yep. She uppercutted his backside. Oh, nice. Good shot. Alright. Dead. As I slowly approach them, he's like, "Oh no, no, my gun's jammed. What the fuck is she? Shoot her!" And then, yeah, literally, yeah, she eats bullets for breakfast. They fail to realize that she literally eats. She tried to shiver, and it broke off her body. That's how OP she is. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Okay, I'll start with you. Oh my god, I knocked 2 people down already. Yeah, she's dodging bullets. Wait, there's one more? Who's left? Oh, that person's trying to play dead, I see. That's really heavy stuff. I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, I'm giving you the bullets, and I'm taking stims because I need that for my addiction. I got addiction to healing stims. That sucks. What? Men only. Okay, well that's a... okay. We already caught quite a lot of shit on us. But yeah, I can sell more stuff. Shotguns, shells, could use that. Use that. Well, we're out of here. Oh wait, I forgot to heal again. Oh wait, hold on. Just a second. Just chug a bunch of biscuits down. No mercy. Alright, we're good. We literally have so much food that, yeah, running out of them is an unlikely chance. Oh, wait, I just remembered. Wait, I just remembered something. I forgot about that one side quest. No. What's the car thing? Oh yeah, it's supposed to go back to Achinoye, because... yeah, because we need to check on that car that we brought back. I forgot about that. Never mind, we'll just walk back. It's no big deal, because... it's no big deal, because literally the animals and bandits of the wasteland cannot kill me that easily. Alright, sure, let's meet up with them. Hey lady. You see a hungry-looking traveler in a protective face mask. He loudly snorts and salutes you without without real feeling behind the gesture. Hey there. What's your name? I'm called Sonia Satang. What's your job? I'm a traveling cobbler. I'm thinking about switching jobs. Nothing more to say. Well, where are you heading? I'm going to Ha Buluk. I'm telling you how it is. Okay, well, good talk. Bye. Alright. Now... yeah, no, not crossing the zone. Me, we're heading to... Achinoye. Oh, caravan. We could sell some stuff to them. Granted, if they have money or any valuable goods we could purchase from them, wherever they are. Where are they? Where are they? Oh, they're right, yeah, okay. Not really anything useful. Nah. Not really anything useful. Oh my god, there's a lot of breastplates. Breastplates worth a lot. I could sell the coffee though. And... guess some more canned meat. And beetroot, why not? Oh. Alright. Alright. Not too long until we're at Achinoye. Alright, we're in. Well, first, let's see if we can sell anything to the store man. Okay, there is definitely something we can sell. Buy some ammunition. Not really anything else. Yeah, not really anything much. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care. I just need to get rid of all this carry weight we have on us. So, yeah, give it here. I'm transferring that to you. Alright. Alright. Any meds? Not really. Alright, let's head to the bar. There's Kovalev. I'll check on him after doing some business with this man. Man, we got so much carry weight stuff on us. Yeah, I don't really care, cause yeah, cause we got a lot of stuff. I just need to clear my inventory. Alright, Kovalev, we brought your car over. Alright. How's it going, friend? Did you manage to find the car? You should go out more. There she stands. The beauty. It will need a lot of work, though. Look for yourself. Oh my, thank you so much. I'll check it right away. You do that, Kovalev. Hopefully he doesn't get killed, so then we can potentially get a fast travel via car. Oh, is the guard still in here? Oh yeah, he's still in here. Oh yeah. Hey, Grantkin, how's your new job as president? Grantkin, the superintendent. No, the leader of Atranoia is looking over a giant letter of unknown origins. He mumbles something under his breath. All the while adding things to the document and crossing out some of the lines. He nods at you. Hello, comrade. Why are you here? I came to congratulate you on your victory, Grantkin. Grantkin gives out a little smile and nods. The time for congratulations has passed. Passed. It is no time to do things. Still, I thank you for your kind words. Anything else? Well, that's it. Alright. Alright, hey, there's the car. There it is. She needs to be repaired though. Kovalev is running around the car looking at it from all angles. There's a real spring in his step. What a beauty. The color is still wrong, but still, this is a real car. Mostly. Let's make a closer inspection. Body rusting off the frame. The engine looks like it was smashed while it's chewed by rodents. The upholstery has also seen better days. It would take a lot of work to fix this thing, but it's not impossible, especially with a resourceful woman like you around. Let's see what I need to get the engine started. Alright. The former head of the village looks the car over. You know what? It's not that bad. Gonna have to scrape away some of this rust, fashion some parts by hand, and the starter and carburetor both have to be replaced. I'll also need a ton of scrap metal and wires, about 20 kilos of scrap, and around 8 lengths of wire. I think you only can get those two items for us. Comrade Kovalev, where can I find such rare items? Starters, carburetors? You won't find them in any local store. I know a trader in Krasnozarmany. He was a factory mechanic before the war. His henchmen gather car parts from all across the land. He lives in the city hotel, under lock, key, and an armed guard, because he has a lot of enemies. If you get to visit him, his name is Dmitry Artemyev. The old man wrinkles his nose as if remembering something nasty. You can tell him that Detective Kovalev sends his regards, but I doubt it will make a good impression. You could also ask among the scavengers, though I don't think they have the right parts. Comrade Kovalev, obviously there's a story about this Artemyev. Kovalev looks into your eyes and then turns away, seeming like he suddenly lost his iron spine, the organ that kept him standing proud and tall in this terrible world. He is a remainder of a failure from long ago. Aha! I was a detective with the People's Militia. We were chasing after a gang of car thieves who disassembled their stolen stock and sold the parts and scrap. Just before the war, all the factories were working to supply the army. Times were rough. Everything was dedicated to the war effort, even though some people were starving. That was when we first heard about the cars being stolen. We increased our patrols and sent undercover operatives to check things out. We assembled a civilian militia from some willing volunteers and had them in watching places with a lot of parked cars. We found a small gang of car thieves was operating in town. Artemyev was their leader. You don't say, and... Kovalev goes silent for a moment, then he stretches his back and continues. He was thought to be a good man, a true communist, a local factory mechanic who knew his craft. But when the war started, it turned out he wasn't interested in making an honest living. He faked sickness to avoid conscription, gathered a bunch of his deadbeat pals, and started stealing from honest folks. The cars he stole were broken up for spare parts on the black market. This business filled his pockets with precious cash. In time, the gang became savage. They attacked a truck carrying track motors. So did you get him in the end, Kovalev? That I did. We knew in advance that he was planning to steal a massive gas tank from the railway station. So we planned to end ambush and caught his gang red-handed. But then Artemyev started shooting at us. Who knew he would stoop that low? The operation was top secret, so the population was not warned. There was a crowd of people on the platform, just honest folks waiting for the train. He took one bullet, striking that gas tank, and then the spark, explosion, panic, citizens running every which way, and 8 good people lost their lives that day. We caught Artemia at the scene. My men wanted to kill him and there, right on the tracks along with his gang. But we put him in a prison instead. He was awaiting his sentence when he was saved by the very same thing that destroyed our world. The bomb. He escaped during the panic, and I settled here and built Noye. Life went on. What a story. You think you can help us? Comrade Kovalev shrugs. Maybe so. A lot of time have passed. But it is up to you whether or not you mention my name to Artemiev. You might have a better chance of success if you don't. Okay, let's look through my junk. I might have something you need. So, let's see what you've got. Do I have anything? I think I might have sold all my wires, I think I remember. Oh no, I have them right here. How much scrap metal do I have though? It said I needed 20 kilos of scrap metal. Like, holy shit, that's a lot of metal. Oh my god, that is a lot of scrap metal. What the hell? Okay, well, first off, hold on. How much is this worth? Okay. This is a tough battle we are facing here. Okay, so we need 20 kilos of scrap metal, which is a lot. So, yeah. And we need like 8 pieces of wire, which is fine. We have that. Okay, I can give that to him. Alright, 8 wires, right? I think I have some wires somewhere. The former head of Atronoi smiles gratefully. You're a real heroine. Please put it here near the car. I hope it helps. Bye. Alright. Now I need 20 kilos of scrap metal. That is a lot of metal. In fact, that's actually what's taking up most of my probably most of my inventory actually. Yeah. You know what? Have a bit of this. Okay, 13 kilos. Alright, alright, alright. So what we need like... So, yeah, we still need quite a bit more, several more pieces of metal to go. And yeah, we also need to head to Krasnozamani, because that's where the rest of the other side quests I can complete are. So yeah. Oh yeah, and I also gotta give away the 10 pieces of gunpowder to that one lady who almost shot me. Wherever that is. I think it's on the Safe Journey farm actually. Oh, caravan. They could potentially be selling metal. Yellow. Oh no, I'm suffering withdrawal. Okay, hold on. Yeah, hold on a second. Ah, good stuff. Alright, are you selling any? No, you're not. Okay. Oh, but you do have a lot of money on you, so I can definitely sell one of my scrap. Shishat's gun, I'm not selling that. I guess I could sell the fish, maybe. What else do I have? No, I'm not really interested in that. Alright, and... Oh, nice, sweet roll. Yeah, I'll slap a sweet roll on there. Gonna have to... Here, take this cabbage. Yeah. Alright, I'll free up a lot of space for you. Alright, we have a lot of money. Alright. No scrap metal though. I probably have to go visit the abandoned factory to buy scrap metal from that one Satanist, and then we also have to go to... Oh man. We got a lot of scrap metal to buy, and I probably have to go back to Paragon to also get that, so... Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, we need... And I probably have to go murder some bandits for their scrap metal as well. Ugh. Oh, nice scavengers. Where are they? Where are they? Oh, they're down there. Okay. Hello. No, you don't have any scrap metal. Wait, let me do it. No, you don't. Okay. Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, oh, it's because I ate that cheese. Oh, that's not good. Alright, well, let's rest up for a bit then. Okay, that's gone. Alright, now we can talk to Elionka. Oh wait, what the fuck? Oh wait, no, I've read this before. Oh wait, no, it's because I gave the gunpowder. That's because I didn't. Okay, did I give the gunpowder yet? Okay, okay, I totally missed that dialogue then. Oops. Oh, but because of me, they don't shoot their noses much around here. Most of the local gangs have decided it's not worth the effort. This family has almost nothing to take, and anyone who tries to lose at least 1 or 2 men before they get to me, the only ones who still give me trouble is Stepa Balakan. But I sort of understand him. His other brother was sent to the sky, literally and figuratively, after tripping one of my mines. That calls for revenge. Well, if you can pay, I might know a way to make this Stepa lie low. As in 6 feet under low. The girl shakes her head. No, I will not I will tolerate no interference in this matter. You think Stepa is broke?
If he wanted, he could hire a gang to shell our farm with grenades or a sniper to silence me. But he doesn't because he wants to deal with me himself, in person. When he comes out of his hole, I'll be more happy to have a little chat with him.
The girl checks her weapon's load. Her smile clearly ambiguously says that, for all your enthusiasm, you would be the fifth wheel in that conversation.
Alright, well, suit yourself.
Is that all the gunpowder? No, we still have that. What the fuck? Take my gunpowder. What the hell? Did you forget about me? What? You asked for 20 gunpowder. Was it you who said that, or was it you? What the fuck? Who asked for the 20 gunpowder? Oh. Oh. Ooh. Who the fuck said it? Oh, 17 men. Oh, okay. Where the Who asked me to get 20 pieces of gunpowder? What the hell? Who asked for 20 pieces of gunpowder? What the fuck? A female warrior from Sydney asked me for 20 points. Yeah, I have it right here. What the hell? Eh? Is it because I don't have them on my person? Is that it? Okay. I think it's because I didn't have them on my person. They're on Hexagon. And there we go.
How about the gunpowder you've been waiting on for so long?
The girl's eyes go round with surprise.
Really? Come on, let me see it.
The girl is so impatient, she's already digging the gunpowder from your bags with her fingers before you properly open it.
You want money? Here's your money.
The girl shoves a bag of crumpled banknotes in your hands. Some have dark red stains on them. There's about 300 rubles total. Unsurprisingly, poor farmers have little to offer.
I'd lose all hope before this. Thank you. Had it not been for you, I've been digging traps all across the farmstead. Now I have the gunpowder to defend myself in case of a raid. Do you need anything else?
The girl starts checking her magazine carefully, before maybe her gun needs repair, or because she wants to hide the sadness that is suddenly flooding her eyes.
There's no problem in my life that an extra cartridge won't solve, and you've helped me with that already. I could see something's troubling you. There's so much loneliness in your eyes.
The girl tears her eyes away from her gun, looking confused, as if trying to decide whether she can confide in you.
You read me like a firing animal. Long story short, I suffer here. The only entertainment is fighting Stepa Balakan. Apart from that, there's absolutely nothing to do. This family needs me. They raised me like one of their own, but I'm not one of them, and I never will be.
The girl heaves a deep, sad sigh.
They've never hidden it from me that I was adopted. Father always said they found me in the forest, 5 years old, walking God knows where. Well, what do you remember from that day? I remember it differently. The memories are vague, of course, but I remember a deep ravine, tree roots poking out of the walls like withered arms. There's a man with me in the ravine. He has a mustache, but no beard. I know him. He's armed with a gun and a Kalashnikov, I think. There is loud noise, screams. He sticks his head out to shoot, then throws a grenade. Someone is shooting back at us. The earth is rocking. My hands are so tiny, a toddler's hands, and I'm holding a Makarov pistol, trying to reload. At first I'm clumsy, but I get faster, and then there's a blow. That's it. But I don't remember a damn thing after that. I tried to talk to Dad about it, but he was dismissive. It must be a dream, he says, but I know it's no dream. But how can I prove it? He refuses to address it. There's no point in trying, but what if he's hiding something? Something I had on my person when he found me. It's stupid, of course, but I often think about it regardless. Well, talking about your parentage,
feels around pocket for a membership card.
What about it? I found this card in your foster father's things. Your biological parents must have been members of Atom.
The girl snatches the card from your hand and nearly drops it in her excitement, as if it had delivered an electric shock.
I I recognize his face. This is my dad. My real dad. We fought some rascals together in the ravine. He must have been hit by a grenade. The Bronislav's family found me and gave me shelter. This is how... But wait, what do you mean, Atom? That's nothing but a story. There's no organization. There's no such organization. It doesn't exist.
Now the question is, would Velvet reveal the secrets of her organization? Because the thing is, she was instructed not to tell anybody that she's a part of Atom, so... Yeah, she's probably not gonna do that. She's gonna say, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Utter nonsense. There's no such thing as Atom. It's nothing but lies and provocations of short-sighted gossip mongers. Oh, I don't know. I believed in stories. I will find them. Stepa Balagan won't attack if I'm not here anyway. He'll follow me. I know he will. Here's some food. Take it, and thanks again. The girl says goodbye to her foster family and disappears into the distance. Bewildered, you follow the brave fighter with your eyes.
Good luck on your trip.
Oh, nice. You got some onion, beetroot, and corned meat. Alright, let's get going. Alright.
I'm gonna have to go to Paragon so they can pick up scrap metal before going to... Oh my god. Yeah.
Alright, more side question. We're not even 10% of the way through the main plot. We've been doing nothing but side quests. Oh, okay. Hi, scavengers. Oh, they're right there. It's kind of hard to see because they kind of blend in. Alright. Yep. I'd like to purchase your scrap metal. I need 17 pieces, so we're only 5 away. So we're actually not that far away, which is good. Where's the exit? Yeah. To Paragon. Oh, murder cult. Alright, let's kill him. Oh, his gun jammed jammed on him. Oh, there's another. Oh, I didn't realize we were surrounded. I thought it was just those 3 guys. Uh-oh. Oxygen. Dodge. Ow. Ow, that barely hurt. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Let's deal with him. Oxygen, no! No! Ooh! Shoot him again! No! Oxygen, no! Ooh! How you doing? Okay. No! Oxygen, no! Oh god. Hang in there, buddy. Oh my god, how many bullets can they eat? She just took like 4 shots to the head. What the hell? Alright. I'm going in. Leave him alone. Dives in front of him. Your bullets won't phase me. Oh, he's dead. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, he's dead. Oh, no. When's my last autosave? Yeah, I don't want him to die. Oh my god. Did I complete the quest? Yeah, I already completed the quest. Okay. Back to Pentagon. Oh, jeez. Okay. Good. Thank goodness for autosaves, am I right? Oh my god. Shoot him. Maybe I should give him the steel armor. That's probably best for him, actually. Oh, that's -8 though. But it will help. It is significantly more protecting, but again, his dodges would be really low. Well, let's resume our journey to Paragon. Oh. Oh yeah, they're right. They're over there. Hey, little bunny, thanks for the raid. Oh my god. Alright. Whew. Anyway. How you doing? How you doing, people? Okay. That's all of them dead. What up? Oh, that might be oh, that might be because oh, that might be because of I don't think notifications are. Oh, I know, it's because I have like 3 layers of screen captures on one scene that I alternate around whenever one of the gaming app programs aren't cooperating with it. So it's probably stacked on top of the notification. Yeah, I probably should have fixed that actually. Oh well. Oh wait, where am I going? That's probably why the pop-ups aren't showing up. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot to do that. That's my bad. It's just that I don't often get raids and followers, okay? I'm not even affiliate yet, so I'm just kind of used to being, you know, a streamer who usually has like 0 to 3 viewers. You want me to fix it right now? You want me to fix it right now? I mean, I can. Oh right, I forgot I forgot to juice up on stimulant because my character is also addicted to drugs. And now she's getting her. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I forgot to juice her up because she's addicted to healing stims. Okay, there we go. We're back on board. All right, and get back and uppercut, and then walk back up. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, alright, hold on a moment. Alright, I'll fix that right now. Alright, there we go. I fixed it. Alright, back to it. Alright. Did it work? Wait, how much? I moved it to the top, so yeah. Right. I am. Also, these bandits are really strong. They're actually getting me down to the yellow. Alright. I'll stand in front of him. Alright. Man, these guys are actually pretty strong. Oh my god. Alright. Well, I need to inject myself with another stim. Kick this guy while he's down. Alright, he's dead. Alright. Move in front of him. I'll go for an aimed punch to the head. Ooh. I did some good damage there. Ow. Alright. Oh my god. Alright. These guys are actually a lot more powerful than before. Just gonna down all this meat. And how much health does that get? Oh, yeah, actually, no, I'm already at full. What is this? Rusty helmet. I'll have you hold on to that. And you also have more stims. Hooray for enabling addiction. Alright. 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 Could use more of that, more money. Steel armor. I might actually have to start wearing that. I'll hold off on that for now. Alright. I really do need to get that heavy armor perk, so then I will be able to wear heavier armor. That will help up my defense threshold more, so then I'll be able to use it effectively without suffering too much of the debuffs that go with it. Mainly the minus statistic to my dodge status. Anyway, I need to buy more passes from this guy. Alright, give me 10 passes. Alright. Alright, and... Alright. Let me in. I have my ticket, and... time to buy some scrap metal. Okay, there we go. You don't have any scrap metal. That is very unfortunate. Can sell you these though. What do you got to sell? This, I don't think I need it for now. Besides, I can probably just get another one of that again. Yep, give all the money to me. Alright, I am pretty loaded right now. Okay, you don't have any scrap metal. Do you have any scrap metal? I mean, I know that you're a meat. You sell meat, but hey, I mean, you never know. You never know. Okay, not that. Alright. Alright. No. Yeah. I'm only 5 pieces of scrap metal away from potentially unlocking the fast travel option. At least I hope it is a fast travel option. Because I'm playing this blind, so you never know. He does not have any scrap metal, but he does have a lot of money. Actually, do I have anything? Not a lot to sell. Yeah, I probably need to level up my armor pretty soon. Just what is this Okay, it takes these rounds. character should probably start having him use this gun. Alright, having him pull out the assault rifle. Because I need him to do more damage. Alright. Okay, well, no scrap metal, unfortunately. Actually, do you have scrap metal? If not, I'm just gonna have to loot them off more dead bandits, because that's usually what I get scrap metal from. No, you don't. You don't have any. Alright. Okay. Oh, yep. Oh, yeah, just what I needed, actually. Scrap metal. Do I have any? I don't think I have much to. Oh, actually. Here, have some wasp legs for metal. Yeah, that's a fair trade. Anyway. Alright. We got this. Alright, I'll just hitch a ride with these guys back to Atranoye, and we'll be able to potentially unlock our fast travel option from that village. The village that we've started from, or that we first visited in the game. Alright. Alright, Comrade Kovalev, I've acquired your metal. Alright, I think I have enough scrap metal. Kovalev's face shines with a wide and happy smile. He waves at the trunk of the car while scratching his chin nervously. Great, put it over there, and go get the other things you need. I'll continue with the diagnostics. I hope it helps. Bye. Alright. Alright, now that's done. Now we can finally go to where the main plot is. Which is in the city of Krasnozameni. I don't know how to fully pronounce that because I don't know Russian that well. Alright. Yep. Yeah, and I also have to get 2 more extra car parts, which are in the main city, which I have not been in there yet because that's where the next main storyline quest is. That I've yet to... Oh my god, alright, time to murder these bandits. Alright. Hello there. Alright. You can't feel your face? You're not gonna feel it anymore? Wait, what? You survived that? Okay, now you're dead. Oh, you missed. Okay, good shot. Okay. I'm going in. Nice. Good shot. Nice. Alright, he jammed. His gun jammed on him. Oh my god, is that a shotgun? Okay, I'm going after you first. Alright. Wow, that did not do as much damage as I thought. Ow. Ow, that barely hurt. Alright. Alright, let's switch this up. Move 1. Go for the head. Alright, he's dead. Alright, good stuff. Yep, that guy definitely had a shotgun. One of my character's main weaknesses, shotguns. Alright. You take the ammo, because you're the one that actually uses guns, and I don't. You take the rope. Okay, I'm still debating whether or not I actually need to wear... hold on, I need to munch on
Actually, I'll just inject myself with a stim. So that way I don't get withdrawal next time. Because that almost killed me. Alright. Let's see. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, right. Steel plate. Ability tree. Where's the armor thingy? Yeah, I'm gonna need to get this. Gonna need to get this. And then I'm gonna get this. And then I'm gonna need to get this. And then I'm gonna need to get this. So I get no penalty for wearing heavy armor. Oh my god. This is going to be pretty difficult. I mean, at least I have quick reaction, so I get to have 2 turns in 1 round. Except my second turn is... Except the downside of my second turn is I will only be able to use half the amount of action points I usually start with. But nonetheless, it's still good. Because I was gonna go for this. I'm just gonna go down this skill tree route, which would have allowed me to level up faster, but I think I need to get better. Need to get that heavy armor master trait on me. Yeah. You know what? I'll put it on. I'm the tank. Yeah. My character is a tank, so she'll definitely need it. Alright. Well. There we go. Alright. Away we go. Oh, okay. Murder cult. Alright, let's murder them. Murder the murder cult. Oh, we are surrounded. Oh, and he's just shanked my friend. Okay. Alright. Hey, get away from him. Oh boy, we are kind of surrounded right now. I'm just gonna go to where most of the other people are. So they'll go for my character. Oh my god. And she already ran out of ammo. That's great. Ow. Nice, good shot. Nice shot. Ha. Alright. Go for the head. Go for the head. Nice. Oh, nice. I got a critical hit. And then go for the head. Alright. Nice. She took 3 guys out in 1 turn. Oh no, he's getting stabbed. Shoot him. Okay, you need to get to him fast. Yeah. Alright, knocked down. Nice. Alright. Finish him off. Alright. Alright. Yeah. Move here. Alright, we're good. I should probably start healing my companion. Oh my! He had dynamite on him? Oh my god. And my companion's dead. I need to reload because it's permadeath. It's permadeath. Great. Oh my god, the enemies in this game are actually getting more dangerous. Now we have actual suicide bombers. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need to see. Alright. Then again, we are fighting against murder cultists, so hey, you never know what kind of crazy stuff they might pull out. Especially dynamite that is strapped to their body. Oh my god. Where are you guys? Not that way.
Oh my god. Okay. Not really anything I need. Alright, continue on. Oh man. Am I really gonna watch out? Oh yeah, more caravanners. Oh my god. Alright. Anything I need? An SMG, huh? But it has a spread though, so I don't want him hitting me while he's using that. Oh, yep, I could use more stims because my character is addicted. And if I get withdrawal, well, that will definitely break down the majority of my endurance, which I need for tanking. So, there's that. I definitely need more ammo for him, because he needs it for his assault rifle. And in case he runs out of ammo for his assault rifle, he can use his semi-automatic rifle. Alright. Do we have anything else to sell him, or is that a negative? That's a negative, alright. Here, you need the ammo. Alright. Actually, what's my hunger right now? Okay. We're good. Alright. We're not too far away. Yeah, we're fine. Alright. We're finally here at the plot. Why are we arriving on a truck? We just walk here, unless that's another unit. Looks well guarded. But I heard this city was run by pigs. So that ought to be interesting. Hello there. Hands on hip, a serious, broad-shouldered militiaman watches over the streets from his fortified post near a decrepit pre-war power station. Spotting you nearby, the law enforcement officer draws his eyebrows together in a frown and flexes his massive arms. Well, well, well. This is a strategic object, not a place to take your walks. Have you forgotten something here?
Well, what kind of facility is it? Why can't I go for a walk here?
The man rolls his eyes. Are you blind? Do you need an eye exam? This is a city power plant. An object of strategic importance. Vital, like food and water.
Excuse me, comrade, but even if my child did go blind, and he is blind in a sense, well, my character's female, but okay. If only to the needs of his old father, certainly no one could be blind to the eighth wonder of the world, Stalin's electrification of the regions.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, the power plant sure is important.
Well, okay. Alright. Well, I'll be on my way.
Ooh, is that a general store?
What is around here?
Is there a fishing spot? Actually, wait, no, I don't have any fishing bait on me, because I sold them all. I sold them for drugs, I think. Or was it for another? I think it might. It was either drugs or food. Anyway. Hello there.
You see a middle-aged man who has gray hair combed to the left side. He eyes you with suspicion. His knuckles are tight. His legs are bent in the knees, as if he's preparing to fight you. What the hell are you leering at, girl? If you came here to talk, do it quickly. I hate your kind like crazy. Unlike most of your people, you don't stink. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to say what you want, though. Go on.
My kind? What do you mean, friend? Care to explain?
The man spits to the side, angrily. Your kind. You know, adventure seekers, bums, hobos, losers, and other types of living garbage. Wanna tell me why you're not like that? Let me guess. You came out of nowhere and you're looking for a job. Wow. How did I guess that?
Well, actually, I'm here on important business.
The man nods and smiles mockingly. Uh-huh. Let me guess. You're a member of Atom and you're looking for a lost member of your organization, all while solving difficult problems that plagues the Waste. Yeah, sure, girl. Should I bow to you now, oh noble one?
Well, I'll never be thanked by the likes of you, no matter what I do. Let's change the subject.
Maybe instead of the subject, will you change your dislocation? Just talk to some dump somewhere, for example. God, your kind just damn straight pisses me off. Fine, what do you want?
Who are you supposed to be?
I don't give my name to street beggars. No personal questions, idiot.
Alright, another question. What can you tell me about the city?
I can tell you this. That guy on the front gate should make his bribe bigger to keep more of you freeloaders away from the city. I'd also equip him with a heavy machine gun to make sure this place is even less welcoming for your own kind.
Why are you so angry, dude? Another question.
Oh, you really want to know that, don't you?
Well, what do you do for a living, friend?
You don't want to know. No personal questions.
Alright, you're no fun. Bye.
Before you stands a small woman with a pointy face. Her greasy hair is in a thin knot on the back of her head. Her eyes look wet.
Hey, can I ask you some questions? What questions? Ask away, but do it quickly. How's life? Oh, we just live great. So great, it sometimes seems better to go hang yourself or jump into a hole in the ground than live this marvelous life of ours. Take my husband, for example. Has an even uglier mug than yours. He started drinking, and then them kids, they scream all the damn time. They're hungry. I think I'll be better off if they just die. I hate them all.
I see. Well, tell me about yourself.
Oh, would you look at that? Are you trying to be my friend or something? I'm not going to tell the strangers all about myself. Go chat with the local floozies. That's more your scene. She'd like to know more about me. Would you look at that? Oh, stay calm. I want to ask something else. How many more are there? Go ahead.
What's new in town?
In the city? Yeah, right. That's a good joke. It's not a city, it's a major dump. That's what it is. Pig stall. Nothing is ever gonna happen in there. I'd much rather stay away from all its inhabitants. Or should I say hobos and scum? And I see I'm not welcome. I should go. Hello there.
You see a well-built, gray-haired man bending over maps, compasses, and rulers spread all over the desk. He's sunk deep in thought. He knocks his knuckles on the table.
Study the documents.
You cast a furtive glance at the table. There's a map of the wasteland covered in lines, scribbles, and notes and scribbles. Several familiar names jump out at you, including Archanoe and Krasnozamani. This is clearly a map of the local region. It looks like a military map. Atom used similar ones for battle planning, but you don't have time to think this through. As soon as the man looks up and makes eye contact, for a moment he looks irritated, but this quickly changes to a friendly, albeit slightly forced, smile. He looks down at his map again.
It's not nice to spy.
He straightens his broad shoulders and groans quietly, as his neck makes a series of small pops.
Phew. What can I do for you? What are you working on? To be honest, it looks like a battle plan. Yes, it's true. Look at you, you're sharp. Where does your experience come from? Well, I fought for different groups. So you fought in mercenary armies, haven't you? Interesting. Although this doesn't prove you have any real experience. Okay, do you think you could help me with something, if you're interested? I could put you in the picture. Of course. A certain influential individual has hired me to deal with a problem Archinoye is now facing. Unfortunately, the people I need for the job are not returning my calls. And what threat is Archinoye facing exactly? A big gang of slavers who decided they want the village for their central base in the wasteland. If they succeed, it won't be just the villagers who suffer, it will be all of us. Well, who's your employer if you don't mind me asking? Why would I mind? On the contrary, he has asked me to spread the word about it. It was from Dan from the factory, Denis Denisovich, who hired me. Perhaps you've heard of him. He's sort of in charge over the village, so I assume he doesn't want any harm to go its way. But he's not sure his gang can cope. What threat is Archer? Oh, I already said that. I see, go on. I need someone to gather the men I need together, and perhaps even participate in the forthcoming operation himself. It'll be one hell of a clash, trust me. Well, what would I get for this job? Money and food if you need it. Who do you need? A professional team. Ludmila the sniper, a trooper known as Major Pronin, and Konstantin Arkadyevich Smirnov, a well-known saboteur. These three used to work together until they had a falling out and went their separate ways. Now they can't stand the sight of each other. Such a pity. I'd never seen a better team of killers. Okay, I'm ready to bring out their reconciliation. Great. I know that Lyudmila must be now at the filling station fortress, which belongs to Krasnozarmany militia. Rumor has it that Pronin has started working for Paragon and serves at the border guard fortress. I'm not sure about Smirnov, but the last time anyone saw him was not far from Machonoye. I'll mark these places on your map if you haven't been there before.
He hands over your map and he jots down some quick notes on it.
There, pay them a visit. All hope is not yet lost. There's still a chance to get all our good guys back together. Alright. I'll try. Now can you answer a couple of questions for me? Ask away. Tell me a bit about yourself. You can call me the strategist, and let me make one thing clear from the beginning. I'm not interested in discussing my personal business. No offense, but I have no time for, nor interest in, small talk. Perhaps you feel the same. I see. Well, do you have any idea who's in control of the wasteland? The Krasnozarmany Chamber of Commerce may claim to control the wasteland, but that is far from the truth. Well, who's in charge of the wasteland then? Krasnozarmany de facto controls the shore, Paragon watches the north, and Denis Denisovich, aka Dan's factory gang, controls the lands in between. I see. Then who controls the east and west? If we're talking about near regions, no one does. There's nothing out there but scattered gangs, slavers, drug syndicates, and other wholesome folks like that. There's real tension between those lowlives and the other local factions. I see. Well, it's time. Actually, how long until the attack on Archinoye? I can't give you an exact answer, but so far the slave owners have been busy feuding amongst themselves. Perhaps they're arguing about who will lead the attack. Alright, it's time for me to go. Hello there, sir.
You see a well-built man sipping beer from a tall, frosty glass. His slightly crazed smile and weird goggles suggest he has stories to tell, and judging by the ammunition belts crisscrossing his chest, alongside various harnesses and holsters. You had better mind your manners, or it might be the last conversation you have. He has a grenade attached to his chin. What the hell? Hiya, youngster. Have you come to hear my stories, or just a chit-chat? The man suddenly gives you a piercing look and taps a finger against his grenade amulet. I strongly advise you against making me angry. This grenade is real, you know. I might use it, if need be. And goodbye, everyone. Haha. Why are you covered in sweat all of a sudden? I was just joking.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions.
The man crosses his legs and leans back. The flimsy bench creaks under his weight. I love sharing my experience. I consider it an investment in the future. The more beginners I teach now, the fewer idiots I have to rescue from mutant beasts in the ruin later.
Well, what's your name, comrade?
The man gives your hand a hard squeeze. They call me Patrick. Patrick the Psycho. If you hear someone refer to me as the White Wolf or the Mutant Hammer, just ignore them. Those nicknames are from my past. Ahem.
Got it. A pleasure to meet you. Another question.
Don't be shy. Ask.
How do you earn your living?
By all this. The man opens his arms as if to embrace the wasteland itself. I feel like if I was meant for this world, for the apocalypse, before the war, I couldn't settle on one job. And after I did well as a stalker, worked as a mercenary, and even restored civilization to a certain area, a village called Patrick's Land. Pay a visit if you're ever out east.
I can see you're a professional survivor. Another question.
I'm listening.
You said you were interested in ruins.
Ruins, drains, bunkers, all the places where the treasures of the old world are hidden have a special place in my heart. Until I raid them, then they swiftly fade from my memory.
You're a sly guy. Another question.
Actually, speaking of your stories, the man moves closer to you, studies your face, and grins insanely. It's nice being in a place where no one's heard of my adventures. I'm a celebrity back where I'm from, and everyone there knows my stories by heart. Here, I can always find a willing ear. All in all, I saw many wonders and was able to leave my life every time. I survived the atomic battery, Barzookan's gang, and the Vorkuta anomaly.
Tell me about the atomic battery.
Once I was a stalker. A rich scientist hired me to gather a long list of artifacts from the wasteland. At first, I thought he was planning to assemble a computer with an unusual aerodynamic case. The penny dropped when I was plotting to meet him with a lump of spent uranium in a lead case. This fruitcake was planning to build a miniature nuclear bomb. I never turned up at the meeting. The Earth has suffered enough from these bombs.
Alright, tell me about the Barzookan's gang.
Far across the sea, in the southern lands, there was a warrior and religious leader called Barzookan. He gathered thousands of people around himself and converted them to his faith. He was planning to attack this part of the wasteland with his horde, but there was one weak spot in his religious book. I presume to make his teachings more plausible. If a man who could kill an elk, a lion, and an exotic panda in a fistfight, Barzookan himself would have to bow to him. It said, well, I put 2 horseshoes in my old boxing gloves and accepted the challenge. After Barzookan's public execution, when the horde made me their leader, I ordered them to live in peace. I hope they obeyed.
Oh, well, tell me about the Vorkuta anomaly.
When I was young, I traveled to Vorkuta. Brrr, I can still feel the cold when I think of it. To make a long story short, I saw one of those super deep holes drilled back in Soviet times for research. Do you know what I'm talking about? A little shaft about 50 kilometers down to the Earth's core. We got into a fight with the guys who ran with the local ironworks. Eventually they caught me and threw me down that shaft to avenge half the gang perishing by my hand. I remember struggling against my captors all the way to the edge of that giant hole. Nothing but blackness below. Falling, screaming my lungs out, and then boom! I came to the tiger, alone, missing my left boot, and 100 kilometers away. Was it teleportation, my guardian angel, or some exotic mushroom I ate? It puzzles me to this day.
Well, that's all very interesting, but I have to go now. Walks away. Alright.
A strong man wearing a Central Asian cap is standing before you. He's pensively stroking a small, neat beard and watching the bar patrons closely. He nods in your direction.
Oh man, what voice do I give him?
Saludo. Welcome to my bar. My name is Fidel. How can I help you, amiga?
Is Fidel your real name?
The man smiles and shakes his head.
Of course not. My name is Agdavletov Iskander Tugan Absaltindinovich Jr. But you can call me Fidel. I don't mind. Why Fidel exactly?
I have dreamt of visiting Cuba since I was little. The Freedom Island. Perhaps you've heard of it. For obvious reasons, the stream died 20 years ago, but the nickname stuck somehow.
I see. Well, let's change the subject.
What would you like, amiga?
Say the password.
You clear your throat, and leaning close to Fidel, whispered,
Treason is the highest form of sensibility. A traitor means a real man.
The barman ever so flinches, but otherwise does nothing to give himself away. Nonchalantly picking up a glass from the counter, he examines it for stains and answers.
But it's better to die a traitor than live a slave.
He gestures to a short lad running to and from the main hall of the bar.
Kostya, you're in charge. My friend and I need to talk, and you follow me.
That's right, chef.
Oh, hey, oxygen.
Fidel cautiously peeps behind the drapes and casts an apprehensive look around the bar. Having made sure no one is doing anything suspicious, he turns to you with his hands outstretched.
Coast is clear, Biga. No eavesdroppers.
He gives your hand a firm shake.
As I told you before, call me Fidel. With whom do I have the honor of speaking? Good day, Fidel. My name is...
Fidel is listening attentively, though his watchful eyes are sliding down your figure. Apparently, the Asian is studying your ways.
Velvet.
The man looks you in the eye and slowly nods.
Yes, you're telling the truth, Velvet. I understand that you're here about the lost expedition of General Morozov. I'm afraid I have to disappoint you, as I myself have known nothing about it. Although perhaps you have already managed to find something else.
Well, he's a part of Atom, so tell him everything I know. Fidel listens attentively. He doesn't interrupt nor offer his own comments. When you're finished, he removes his hat and pensively runs the palms of his hand over his bald scalp.
Yes, the only thing clear is that nothing's clear. Yes, it's all rather tricky. So it is. Alright, we need to examine the issue thoroughly and find out what's going on, while also getting in character and running errands for the locals. The main thing is to avoid raising the suspicions. Wait, did you say we?
Fidel gestures to you theatrically.
I'm coming with you, amiga. Together we have a much bigger chance of finding things out. Besides, I'm sick of this work. I'm a man of action, a man of adventure. Here I'm tied down to petty spying on some watering hole. Wait, then who's gonna look over the premises?
Fidel dismissively waves his hand.
My student, Kostya. He's a bit of a scaredy cat, but he's a good head on his shoulders. He won't lose the bar. Alright, Fidel. Let's hit the road then. Perfecto. Let me just get my belongings. Right, gather as much stuff as you can. So wait, do I just have 2 people now? Oh my god, you can have multiple followers? Oh. Okay. Oh my god, I can. Okay, then, wait, he's only level 3? He's only level 3. What the... Oh wow, he is extremely weak. We gotta level him up.
Oh man, Something tells me I should. Something tells me that the game. Something tells me that I should have visited Krasnozamani first before any other place. Because I think the game intended for me to visit this place after the first village. So that's my bad. Yeah, I was busy caught up with literally literally a bunch of side quests that I didn't get into much of the plot until now. Okay. Alright, what are you proficient in? Okay, you're a melee fighter. Oh no. You are probably gonna get yourself killed. Oh no. Okay, well, actually, what's your strength? Okay, well, you're not really good at melee stuff as my character, but mainly because she's really high level. But ooh. Okay, wow. He's good at first aid though. Okay, well, I can give him a pistol at least. Okay, what does this one use? 9 millimeters. Okay. Oh, what's his skill in? What's this one? What ammo's this use? Oh, 30 caliber. Okay. I'll give him either Shishak's gun or what's your skill again? Actually, hold on. Oh, it's not that high. Yeah, not really that high there. Not really that high. What are you good at? Okay, I need a gun that doesn't require too much skill. Unfortunately, all the guns I have are... Oh my god. Yikes. Ooh, okay, I'll give that to Fidel. You need the gun. And that's... You need all the 9 millimeter ammo. Oh man, this guy... Oh man, that's Haha. I'll just give you the rifle then. I'll give him the other gun. Yikes. I'll give you my medkits because you're more trained in first aid than I am. Yikes. Oh my god. And hey, if you need to go into melee, well, I can give you, actually, no, your martial arts isn't even that high. Ooh. Ooh, yo. I'll give you, yeah, I'll give you some canned meat. You'll need that. Not that great. Wow, he is so low level. Oh, what is this? Okay, I need a save. Who are these people? The young woman standing out in front of you is rather attractive, but there is something repellent about her. Her troubled and restless gaze, her strange mannerisms, and the unnaturally serene smile frozen to her face. As she sees you, the woman gestures with 2 fingers of her right hand, a sign you've never seen before, and lowers her head.
It was not your 2 feet, but blessed Mother Cosmos who brought you to the sainted martyr of truth, Vana Banan. Nah. Banana Devi Christu. In the name of the sitting wolf, I often teach lessons of utopian religious anarchy in this town, in spite of the hypocrites pushing me away. You must have heard my speech. Tell me, servant of God, did I manage to convince you that all earthly authority is false? I don't know. Somehow I haven't made my mind yet.
All you managed to say is, somehow I haven't, before your interlocutrix has finished the sentence for you.
Made up your mind? You haven't made up your mind. Is that what you were going to say, child? Your mind has said it faster than your lips. But the great magician Varna knows many hidden things. Is my telepathic ability not enough to sway you to trust my worldview completely? It may or may not be so. I still don't know for sure.
The woman looks at you reproachfully. Wait, yeah, hold on a moment.
Yeah, sorry about that. Had to sneeze. Anyway. Oh, Thomas, your skepticism was bothering me, even back during my first incarnation. If you don't believe in the divinity of Banana Devi Christu, you can attend her enlightening sermon in Autonoye village, where she, that is, I, will talk about the true nature of cleanliness. Now it's time for me to go.
With a commanding gesture, she summons her associates, and they all leave together.
Yeah, what strange people.
Oh. You're still staring at these five when a surprisingly well-dressed man with a clean haircut approaches you. He stands next to you and places his hands akimbo on his hips.
Did you see that? That's the sort of people who are roaming the wasteland these days. Yeah, oh the times, oh the morals. Tell me about it. By the way, would you like to make some money?
The man turns and gives you a big smile.
My name is Igor, and I represent the scientific charity called Mycelium, or as our enemies nicknamed us, the Mushroom Cult. We, however, are anything but a cult. Oh no, another cult member. Oh no, I'm not a cult member. We have nothing against the existing official religions. We're just a scientific and educational philosophical movement. Listen, I'll be glad to discuss any questions you have, but first, I would like to make a job proposal. Alright, what do you want to propose?
The man comes closer to you. Unlike most wasteland dwellers, he doesn't stink of body odor, alcohol, or any other even more unpleasant substances. He only smells of clean clothes and a bit of road dust.
The thing is, I've been following the activities of this so-called Devi Christu for a long time, and the conclusions I've drawn are rather grim. We are dealing with the leader of a potentially very dangerous cult. Alright. You look like someone who knows how to behave in the wasteland, so I would like to offer you to follow these cult members for a while. Find out whether they are really dangerous. Before you say anything else, what am I going to get for it? Money. Items needed for your further journey. food, anything you want. It'll be dependent on the results of your investigation. Alright, you convinced me. How exactly should I be following them? As far as I know, Devi Christu and her disciples are on a small tour around the wasteland. She's determined to find some new poor souls who wouldn't believe her dubious sermons. Who wouldn't believe her dubious sermons. Right now, they are on their way to a small village on Archanoye. Intercept her there and learn about their future plans. Alright, I'll do that. Great. Once you've gathered enough information, come back to me. Anyway, if you have any questions about our organization, don't hesitate either. Just approach me. I'm always nearly standing here, in the suburb of Krasnozamani. We'll see. Maybe I will approach you. Anything else? Not really much. Alright, let's actually enter the... Oh, wait. Food stall.
A mustached market man looks at you with a kind smile, urging potential customers to his counter and constantly rearranging his goods to make them look more attractive.
What voice do I give you?
Hey there, come and take a look, please. You wanted to buy something? We have many riches here.
That depends on whether or not you'll give me a discount.
What discount? I have a wife and kids to feed. If I cut the prices even more, I have to spend my family begging on the... I have to send my family begging on the streets.
Tough luck. Okay, show your goods.
Not really much that I will want. Guess we can sell that. Yeah, that's it. An old street trader with a toothless mouth mumbles under her breath, inviting people to come to her counter, and carefully waves flies away from food laid out neatly. As she sees you, she narrows her eyes cunningly. Dear, don't pass by. Help the old woman. Buy something.
Will you give me a discount?
What do you mean, dear? These are discount prices.
Well, if you say so, show me your goods.
Nothing I want. Okay. Bye. Before you stands a thin, tall man wearing a bathrobe and some slippers. Upon seeing you, he livens up. Oh, hello. Please, could you ask me how I know that you are a lady that's deeply interested in learning of modern crypto technologies?
I don't want to know, I'm just here to ask some questions.
The man hides his distaste in the topic you picked and gives you a fake smile. Yes, well, fine. I can talk about my 1-in-a-million way to get rich quick and save your funds in the safest place of them all a bit later then.
Well, tell me about you and your buddy here.
Well, they call me Pavoverus. It's Old Slavic for maker of beer. I'm the head of the biggest cryptocurrency firm in the West, the Go Crypto Corp. And also the sole dealer of cryptocurrency in this fine city. And this here is my old friend, Mstislav Pilyukin. Learned in the fabulous secrets of the Asian martial arts. He protects my frail body from the hairy paws of criminal scum.
How complicated. Another question.
I'm listening.
What do you want in this town?
I'm creating a cryptocurrency seminar, and my pal guards me. If an intellectual woman such as yourself wants, I could introduce you to the magnificent world of crypto coins.
Maybe sometime, bye. Alright, back to the city. I guess we could talk to this woman. Wait, I already talked to you. I already spoke to you.
Alright. You see a tall, strong man in heavy armor and an Ushanka hat. He turns to you while simultaneously grabbing an automatic rifle hanging from his neck. Well, well, well. The entrance to the city costs 30 rubles. It's a fee.
30? Well, that's not too bad.
You hand the money over to the guard, but then suddenly he steps back from you. He looks genuinely, or at least seems so, terrified. Oh my. How come I didn't notice straight away? You have Krasnov syndrome. No way. I can't let this sick man into the city. The epidemic is the last thing we need.
What? Well, maybe you're also infected. Let me see.
You're leaning towards the guard to check his pulse, trying to look like you know what you're doing. However, it's obvious that your act isn't fooling anyone. The guard just grins and stops you by lifting the barrel of his rifle. No way, sis. Don't try to bullshit me. The sick person isn't the one trying to diagnose the healthy one. It'd be good for you to get some help from the city hospital, but I can't just let you in just like that. The man pretends to think really hard, then a mischievous grin appears on his weathered beaten face. Oh, but I do have a kind heart. I will let you pass, but for 1,000 rubles.
Fidel, what kind of nonsense is this? This corruption is at its worst.
What can I say, Velvet? Of course, this is Krasnod's dominee. After all, everyone here is corrupt. Hold on there, comrade and keeper. Don't start with me, because it might turn out that you're also sick, that you've caught it from your friend here. Fidel gives you a helpless look and shrugs. It's obvious he cannot influence the guard gone out of control.
Are you for real? Where would I have this much money from?
The guard waves his hands in conciliation. Fine. 1,000 rubles might be overkill. Let's make it 500, but not a kopeck less.
That's better. Kinda. Here, take this 500 rubles.
You sigh as you give the guard the lump sum and look at him in anticipation. Would you look at that? Why, thank you very much. Fine. Go on, get some medical attention in the city. And don't you worry. It's a one-time fee. I won't ask to pay again.
Gives the guard the stony look and then turns to walk away. Man, they weren't kidding when this place is absolute shit. Oh, hello.
A plump, fair-headed woman in her 40s scrutinizes you for a while before finally greeting you with a friendly smile.
Hello. I can tell by your face that you're dying to chat. So do I. Ever since my dear hubby got this nervous tick, he's no good company. Keeps shouting out of the nonsense. Oh, would you look at me? I'm already unburdening my soul. We should have introduced ourselves first. No problem. What's going on with your husband? I don't know what to say. Once while he was on a business trip, a red guard gang surrounded him. They started egging him on to murder filthy mutants or something along these lines. He'd always been anxious, so scared he was. He got a nervous tick and now shouts out Soviet slogans all the time. Many people are not right in the head these days. Don't worry, it will pass. Why not? But then I'll have to talk to my husband. Well, then I won't be distracting you any further. Bye. Yep, there's just more guards.
A strong and toned man mumbles under his breath as he pours some white powder from a tiny bag onto the ground. Right then he sees you caught him in the act, whatever the act may be. Hey, city militia, you need anything?
Why so nervous, trooper? Did something bad happen?
How could I not be nervous? If I catch a thief, he's likely to cut me up. If I chase a trespassing old crone away from our citizens, she curses me. Is there anything to do my job without getting hurt? Is suffering all there is to a wretched life?
Okay, what did you just pour out on the ground just then?
The militiaman slaps himself in the face. Damn, quite the eye you got. You'll blab to everyone now, right?
I don't even understand what the thing was.
Nothing too scary, just some holy salt from the local gypsy. But seeing as how I continued to shed like hair like a radiation victim, with or without magic, I threw it away. It's all because some old witch cursed me. She arrived not long ago and started hawking her weird witchy shit in the street. I took her by the collar and dragged her to the gates, but as I ejected her from the city, she whispered a single word to me, balding. The next morning, I started losing my hair, but fuck it, at this point, I've accepted that my dome will be smooth as a polished child's marble.
Don't worry, Mikhail. All the ladies know a bald head is a sign of a macho man.
I'm not saying that you're wrong, brother, but I grew to like my hair, so to speak.
Can't say I envy you. Another question. Well, I'll be on.
Buy some bottles. This young man notices you from afar and energetically waves until you come closer. When you do, he claps you on the shoulders and says in a confident voice,
"Ah, hello to my future business partner. Shall we talk about our strategy? Okay, that's a typo. Talk about our strategy." "Sure, you start and I'll listen."
"Not one to waste any time, I see. Right. So my name is Oleg, but my friends simply call me Oleg. Currently, I'm the sole entrepreneur in the bottle business. Awesome stuff, right?"
"Not really. What's with the bottle business?"
"It's easy. For example, say you have a bottle in your possession. How will you make use of it?"
"Well, I can barter it for some stuff."
"That's right. Good old barter. The classic method. But that's far from the only use for a bottle. Why, the bottle has so many marvelous uses. Its very existence is a wonder. Why are you so unwilling to open your heart and, with the bottle's help, make some real money?"
"Well, how can I make money with a bottle other than selling it to someone?"
"That's just the surface level, my friend. Yes, you can sell a bottle. A bottle will always find a customer willing to pay, but any businessman knows that selling stuff isn't how making money actually works. The bottle needs to work for you, you see. Not going by work, or building roads and houses, but metaphorically speaking. The work of the bottle must do is inspire the actions of those who have bottles, you see. The bottles want to move, to take action. They don't want to stay in one place. You should not collect bottles if you're not planning to multiply them or use them for a greater purpose. Here's what I'm saying. You have this space multi-tool, the bottle. It asks you to use it, to make some money with it. If you combine all these uses there are for a given bottle, you see a value of 10,000 rubles in total. And that's just a ballpark figure. A bottle might make you millions." Let's move on. Bottles are great and all, but this is just nonsense." "Hold up, don't go. I know it's a lot of information to take in at once, but believe me, one day it just might save your life."
"Listen, this young man is onto something. Bottles. Yes. Why didn't I think of this before?"
"You see, that old fella isn't tired of being poor. He doesn't want to be poor anymore."
"So, do you want me to sell a bottle?"
"No, but I'm willing to sell you an opportunity." "No, that's not exactly right either. I want you to be my business partner. Stop letting money lying in your dirty pockets. Do yourself a solid and invest that useless script in bottles. Bottles are a foolproof investment. They're made of glass, as you may know. They're fragile, poetic, noble. Those made from plastic are almost good. They're sturdy, reliable, loyal, and practical. In your opinion, what is the price of a dream? I personally think dreams have no price. This is why I'm willing to give you 1,000% discount on your purchase. Only 100 rubles for this bottle, and you become an investor. No, my friend, not a buyer, a true investor. Many people in the West still hide their money in a stash somewhere. But will saving like that make anyone rich? No. Careful investments will. I'm saying this without a shred of doubt."
"Hold on, but I can simply find some free bottles in the junk pile."
"Technically, yes. Practically speaking, nearly impossible. This way of working will never, I repeat, never bring you any money at all. You can hold on to your 10 measly rubles now, but remember, it's a tiny price to pay for financial freedom."
"Well, I have a better proposal. How about I sell you my bottles for, I don't know, 50 rubles?
"I can see you're a great businessman, but let's put it to the test. Example, I have a rare Duchess soda bottle. This very bottle is sought after by a rich Trudograd trader, prepared to offer 100 million rubles for it. Do you want to sell it to him? but I hid it in a box. What do you do?
Well, I'd ask you for the bottle.
Exactly, but I won't give it to you. See what I mean? I don't want to spend a lousy 100 rubles now to get 100 million later. Those are cold hard facts.
Yeah, I should go. See you. Bye.
That's a scam and a half.
What's in this building?
An aged, thin, muscular man stands near the counter. He is happily repairing a piece of worn, bloody armor. Upon seeing you, the craftsman widely smiles. Hey there, welcome to my little shop. Armor for any kind of taste or any kind of wallet. From the most simple to pure works of armor-smithing art. I can see you're a woman who's been to places, so I bet you know the important role of good armor. How can I help you?
Well, I'm good at armor, so I know the right price for it. How about a little discount?
Fuck, okay. The trader pouts and shakes his head. What are you on about? Discounts? My prices are pretty loyal as they are, and for wares like mine, they are more than fair.
Very well, show me your wares.
Oh, I already got all this stuff. Well, except for this one, but
that's a lot of rubles.
Survival, already got that. Already got that. Don't really have anything to exchange. And I can just get armor off some other bandits for my companion, so yeah, I'll get back to it. Alright. Let's enter this building. What is this place? You see a surprisingly decent man in a simple but neat and clean clothes. He strolls around, whistling under his breath as he sees you. He stretches out his hand with a friendly smile.
Sergei Maslov, veteran. What can I do for you? You say veteran as if it's a job.
So what? It is in a way. I've been through much more than lesser men. This experience is precious. Even under the current circumstances, that's why I'm often invited to talk at an event or a gathering.
Well, I don't organize any events, I just want to have a chat.
I'm quite a busy man any day now. I'll be giving a talk in the Chamber of Commerce and teaching the gods some tactical maneuvers. But sir, if you have any truly important questions, I'll answer them gladly.
Well, how's life in Krasnozamani?
Well, since I taught the local government respect and a sense of duty to the veterans, the country's heroes, my life got tolerable. My former comrades in arms now try to taint my name, but they conveniently forget it was I who pressed the government to issue pensions for the members of the last war.
You're so shrewd. I have another question.
I'm listening.
Where do you get your money, apart from your performances?
My main source of income is pension. It's hard to believe knowing who I am, but I had to knock on all the doors in the government bunker to get it. The Chamber of Commerce has no respect for my great deeds, nor for the great country I represent, but I taught them some respect. Now I have enough for a modest living. Well, for everything I need, really.
I got you. Are you in the mood for another question?
I'm listening.
What would you say about the political situation?
I'm a humble old warrior. I'm used to serving people by heroically rebuffing enemy attacks on the battlefield, but as soon as I have a chance, I will make myself a candidate for entering the Chamber of Commerce. People who govern it now will be the death of us all, later if not sooner.
Oh, so you're a spying politician too? I have another question. Yeah, let's just subject.
Alright, good talk. I guess this is just some residential place. A sturdy man in front of you plays adroitly with his impressive-looking knife. He throws it in the air and catches it again, so quick, deftly, and effortlessly that many people would gladly pay to just have a look at it. As he notices you, he quickly hides the knife in the handmade leather sheath.
Come closer. Don't be afraid, I won't hurt you. I notice you're handling this knife very skillfully.
The man grins.
This is old school. Before the war, I studied medicine. This thing's heavier than a scalpel, true, but just as functional. You never know what surprises life has up its sleeve. Give me your tool. I'll try to repeat your tricks, mate.
You effortlessly repeat the man's every movement. By the end of this skill test, the man whistles happily.
Man, there's nothing I can teach a woman of your skills. Great work. You have my respect. Thank you, mate. Let's change the subject. Okay, change it. Alright. What is your name? Here and in the north, people know me as Censor, the mercenary. Why they call me that, I don't know. It sounds a bit like a family name. And I can also sense enemies when they're miles away. It's like a sixth sense. I don't know which exactly gave birth to this nickname. Censor, you say? Are you from around here? I walked foot by foot from Saratov region when clients became fewer. I wanted to look for interesting assignments here. I see. Well, what do you do here? Entertain myself mostly, drink beer, throw knives. Not that long ago, I bet 50 rubles I knocked a cigarette off a guy's teeth with my knife from 20 meters. And I did. Brave man, that one. And the question? Actually, yeah, that's everything. Oh, that's just another guard. What do we have here?
You knock on a small kiosk counter. For a few moments, nobody answers, and you start thinking the place is closed. Then suddenly, sounds of smashing glass bottles and pots reach your ear, along with profuse sweating. Thick tobacco smoke hits you straight in the nostrils as the tiny window opens, and a gruff, low voice starts speaking from the darkness of the tiny hut. Help the children of the north. Charity booth. What you wantin'?
And here I thought this was nothing but a simple kiosk.
Most people do that mistake at first. If you have something for the hungry kids up north, give it here, right? We'll buy it off you for a symbolic sum.
Okay, let's see how I can help.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
Triple loan. Apple morphine. Yes, I need that. I need that money. I need that drug. I need to cure myself of this addiction now. Oh my god. Here, take all my stimulants, because I don't want to get fucking addicted ever again. Oh god damn. And take the super stimulant as well. I don't want this drug anymore. Oh my god. And I'll pay you off with the rest in cash. Oh my god, I need this. Thank you. I need this. Alright. Oh, god damn, I need this so much. Yes. Wait, what? Did it not work? What the? Oh, I think it's just this. Damn it. Alright. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't stop my addiction. Damn it. Alright. Well, I just wasted all my money then. Alright, I'm an idiot. Okay, well, combine this with cash. Alright, that's it. Yeah. Alright. Well, that's the hospital. Maybe they can help cure my addiction. Hi there.
Standing before mortars, retorts, alembic tubes, and all sorts of other gadgets is an old man with white hair, wearing an old-fashioned pair of glasses. He sings some melodies you know, but out of tune, and checks the recipe he has written down on a folded sheet of yellowed paper. When he senses you nearby, he lifts his head and smiles.
Hello. May I help? How may I help? Are you in need of medicine? Only if there's a discount involved. I'm afraid I cannot lower my prices for you. Forgive the old man. Alright. I need another one of these, to be honest. Give that to Fidel. He's the trained medic. Speaking of which, I should probably give the, where has the... Did I sell it all? Oh, no, it's right here. I'll give that to Fidel. I might still need these, actually. So, hey. Okay. Yeah. I'm good for now. Okay, that's probably another section of the city. Let's see what's in here. What do we got? The hunched man over the counter is old. He is very old. Unbelievably so. He looks like he might be 100 years old, but his eyes, however, are still very much full of life. Oy vey, a good customer is my greatest joy. Are you here to marvel at my books, dear friend, or would you like to just like to chat a bit? Old man Abraham will be happy either way. I'm more interested in trade. The old man slightly hunches over the counter and starts busily rubbing his hands. Oh, well, that is my pleasure. My goods in exchange for your hard-earned guilt. The thing is, though, that I don't have much of that said hard-earned guilt. Could you give me a discount out of the kindness of your heart? The elderly man waves his hands and shrugs. I understand the predicament you're in, but I am no frayer. My books should not be undervalued. It's disrespectful at best. Just take a look. These are great books. That's why they demand to be paid a good price for. I'm just a loyal servant. Fine then. Crafting guns. Kill. Custom rifle. I'm guessing these are skill books and these are crafting recipes, so yeah. Zip gun, not interested. Percussion revolver, no. Yeah, I'm guessing the expensive ones are the skill books, so yeah. Strange antidote. Okay. Healing powder. Okay. 4th tier knife knuckle duster. Okay, alright. You're speaking my language. But, I mean, as much as I want to go on a spending spree of the rubles I have on my person, I don't want to spend everything at once. Medicine for workers, that probably raises my first aid. Well, change the subject. Anyway, there's a side quest I'm supposed to do that I got from Basia, who was from Ochinoye. I was instructed to get a book from you. Here's a check. The old man scans the book received that the barman in Ochinoye gave you and leans under his wobbly desk. Comrade Tolkien, this is fine. This fine young man is here to get you. The old man hands you the dusty book in a hardcover and exclaims, Lord of the Rings in one piece. Happy to be of service when it comes to the entertainment and cultural growth of our society. Thank you, the bartender will be pleased. It's a very curious book to read. I recommend it, even though the translation is a bit strange if you ask me. Well, ain't that interesting? Alright, I gotta go.
Having noticed that you were turning towards the exit, the old man clearly starts to panic.
Don't be so quick to say shalom and leave, young lady. A seasoned adventurer like yourself is a rare occurrence in my modest shop. Please, maybe you could help this old fool with one particularly nasty business. Why the hell not? I'm all ears. You are a godsend. It's as if YHWH himself made you from heaven's manna. Listen. A new sect of utter lunatics have emerged in the north. They call themselves illiterate. They only attack those who deliver books to other booksellers. According to their crazy faith, the literacy is to blame for the current state of the Fakata world. They believe that if there are no books, there will be no sciences, no educated people, no technologies that could cause the second nuclear holocaust. That's what they say. And even though I am not ready to argue with them, I beg you, help me stop them. I would have been able to forgive the anti-Semitism, but the enemies of the book should not be allowed to misbehave. And the only thing you have to do is lure them out of their caves is to show up in their habitat with a bunch of books. If there is love for literature in your heart, take a bundle of books and head up north to bring justice to these enemies of the written world. Alright, what will they give me for it? But as customary, I can promise you that there will be some gelt and gefilt fish waiting for you at the end of this endeavor, and maybe, just maybe, an even expensive book for you, avid reader. Alright, I'll try to help you out. Thank you. Don't say anything else, so this old man might start crying as a kinder. Here, take this as bait. The old man hands you a hefty bundle of books. It's almost a complete collection of works by Lenin, bound by a strong ribbon. You take a bundle and let out a whistle. Go walk around the northern lands. With this, sooner or later you are bound to encounter these wrongdoers. Alright then, I'll be on my way then. Alright, nice. Hello there, sir.
An unshaven, balding man with matted hair and a curious gaze looks at you for a while before extending his hand in greeting. But instead of a hello, you hear him cry out, Communism, Lenin, Perestroika. The man shuts his eyes, his cheeks go red out of embarrassment. He coughs a few times and continues, How can I help you?
What the hell was that outburst anyway?
Seems you noticed my nervous tics, comrade. Perestroika, Gulag, KGB. Some time ago, I was harassed by a bunch of Leninists. It scared me so much now every time I speak, I uncontrollably yell out words and phrases connected to the Soviet Union. Proletariat, Lenin, Stalin. A capitalist would see this as a simple case of Tourette's, but a true patriot knows that this is a blessing in disguise. Lenin, Red Army, crippling toilet paper shortage. Why do you mock me so? Hey, let me try to fix your brains. You take the man's pulse, and activity you barely manage to complete. And ask him to show you his tongue. Nothing seems wrong with the man, so you just shrug your shoulders.
Yeah, a pity. Really, I don't even know what can help me. Communist Party and Lenin are twin brothers. Who are the men that attacked you? Peace, splendid. Expropriation, plainly. See, the Chamber of Commerce once sent me to have a chat with some mutants that agreed to sell us a large portion of scrap metal. But as soon as we drove to their camp, we were harassed by crazy people. They started insulting us, screaming that we were about to negotiate with degenerates. They said we need to be shot as traitors of the human race and so on. And they screamed and threatened. They used so many of those damn Sovietisms. Babushka, Kremlin. I would lie if I tell you that it didn't affect me mentally. But they finally agreed to let us go without killing us. I started screaming those words they use uncontrollably. I've been like that since Marxist
doctrine.
Well, that's quite the mess you got yourself into. Care to change for a topic?
Beer, vodka, but I like, sorry, I didn't want to say that anyway. Yes, sure, ask me what you like.
Would you answer a couple of questions for me?
Sure. After calmly answering your query, the man suddenly widens his eyes and screams hysterically. Mamma, kom not med och South Korea.
Well, tell me about your job.
Dried fish, vodka, the newspaper. Sorry for yelling, I have a rather simple job. I hand copy documents that are not important enough for the copy machine at the Chamber of Commerce. That thing is rather old, so we only use it if we really have to.
I see. Well, great. Great place to work at, buddy. Well, get around.
What's in here? Oh, it's literally just a house. Okay.
Well, let's explore the north of Krasnozamani.
Because if I do recall, there's supposed to be a hotel that I have to visit for a side quest. So, yeah. You're surprised to note that the officer before you is barely over 18. You don't often see such young folks in your law enforcement, especially in large cities, where only seasoned people are welcome in such positions. To his credit, the young guy looked composed and serious. Having noticed you, he smiles and starts talking.
G'day, ma'am. I'm Patrol Officer Kaduskin. What seems to be the problem? Well, just feel like chatting with you. How did a young man such as yourself end up on the force?
The guy answers in a very serious tone.
Because of my experience. My adoptive father Rodion and I have to survive in really harsh conditions up until the last year. So when I got here, I was immediately accepted as a patrol officer. Well, fascinating. Can you tell me more?
The young officer rubs his nose, sighs, and begins his sorry tale.
I'm from the north, and it's no surprise Zamanenites associate that part of the world with all kinds of nightmares and terrors, barbarians, maniacs, crazy cultists. I myself was rescued from a cult by my adoptive father. They were ready to kill me to sacrifice a 1-year baby on the altar of their depraved god. Can you believe it? And this was just a couple of years after the war too. The corpse of the Soviet socialism wasn't even cold at that point. After that, my old pa and I lived in an abandoned castle factory for most of my life, along with a group of other mostly sane survivalists. I had to fight off all kinds of raids in my childhood. Cannibals, mutants, ruthless savages. Having lived a life like that, the common criminal doesn't exactly scare me. So as soon as Rodion left on the road to Kingdom Come, thanks to some counterfeit vodka, I came here. I told them about my background, showed a little what I'm capable of, and got the job. Now I'm trying to live up the expectations. Impressive story. One more question.
Go on, ma'am. I'm all ears.
Have you ever been in trouble with the criminal world?
It's the thugs who are in trouble with me, not the other way around. I never even had to call for backup. Drunks, pickpockets, scammers, all small fry. But there's something else concerning me. For many days now, I've had this feeling that someone is constantly watching me, like a dark silhouette at the edge of vision. But as soon as I turn to get a better look, nothing.
Persecution mania is a stern mistress. Good luck. Bye.
What's in here? Oh, it's a jailhouse. I don't think I need to see anyone. Oh, ruby. Nice. What's in here? A black-bearded man in a leather jacket is lovingly cleaning the components of a disabled AK. As he does so, he whistles an unfamiliar tune, totally enraptured with what he's doing. Study what he's doing. You follow the man's actions to the best of your abilities. He cleans the weapon parts according to a particular system. Now you believe you recognize it. Oh, my intellect is 5, which is average, so figure out his methods. You try to figure out how this man's gun cleaning technique is different from yours, but you just don't get it. Eventually he notices you and moves the assault rifle parts to the one side. Do I sense a love of fine guns? Great, I got the best stuff in the waste. You'll never find those babies anywhere else.
Maybe a little discount?
What kind of trader would I be without letting a potential buyer to haggle? So be it. You'll get your discount. Alright. Oh my god, that's a... Haha. Do you have any pistols for a weakling like Fidel? Oh man. Holy shit, an AKMS. Hot damn. Ooh, that's quite the shotgun there. Actually, I could give it to Fidel, but I'm worried he might end up shooting me in the back. On accident. Oh man. I mean, I could totally buy it. But, I don't think. Yeah. Actually, what's his dexterity? Okay, it's horrible. Okay. Yeah, you're not really particularly great at anything, are you? Alright, let's talk to this old sailor here. If looks are anything to go by, you're about to meet a proper sea dog, large as life. The man puffs at his wooden pipe thoughtfully and strokes his large gray beard. As he notices you, he puts his arms akimbo and nods. Arr, fancy a little cruise? Oh, I can't do a proper voice. Arr, fancy a little cruise? I might, depending on the destination. The captain casts a loving look at a small boat anchored nearby and answers in a very serious voice. A cruise from Krasnozarmany to the Dead City. It is full of dangers, yet many adventures that find it appealing. How often do you do such tours? Not too often. Those places are curious but unfriendly. There's no denying it. Sometimes I'm low on the funds, and sometimes I transport huge parties of stalkers there. It's all sheer luck. I understand. What's your price? Let's do some calculations here. The price of the fuel to leave the bay, food, hammocks, latrine tax. This makes 7 grand in total. Have you no shame, sea dog? Drop the price for a fellow woman of the sea. No way. Sailing on board on the ship is not cheap. With these rates, your competitors will drive you out of business. Nasty prospect it is, but you see, I have no competition here. No sensible person will ever sail to the Dead City. Well, that's a lot of money. Alright. What's in building number 2? A sullen man with a mousy mustache looks up from under a red lamp. He seems to be disgruntled, or then again, this might be his permanent state. He heaves a deep sigh and says in a voice thick with tragedy, "Welcome to the hotel. Are you looking for a room?" Well, I would like to ask you a couple of questions. Okay then, ask away. What's life like in the city? I could say it's tolerable, but why should I? Life in Krasnozarmany resembles a spoonful of jam with a fly stuck in it. It almost looks yummy, but I wouldn't stick it in my mouth. That's a pessimistic outlook. Can I ask something else? Isn't it enough? How did you end up a hotel owner? My mother and I opened the hotel after the war. I wanted to wander in the wasteland and search for my fortune, but Mother insisted I stay here to help. When she died, I ended up inheriting the burden. Where can I go now? My travels ended before they began. Well, don't give up just yet. Another question. Why so sad, chum? Isn't there some reason I should be married? I live alone and life is often hard. No time to travel either. I visited Fokilavka And not annoying a couple of times, even though that was a thrill for me. This is not a life. This is torture. One of these days, enough. Alright. Well, let's change the subject. Yeah. Now, it should be a hotel room that is heavily guarded? Oh yeah, that's probably it. You see a huge guard near the room entrance. As you come closer, he blocks your path. Stop right there. Artemiev is busy and won't accept visitors. Who are you?
Well, my name is Velvet, and I have business with your boss.
If something concerns the boss, it concerns me as well. What do you need?
I need to get some spare parts for a car. Yeah, I need some spare parts for a car. People say your boss is one of those people who can provide such rarities.
The guard gives you a happy wide grin. That's right. The boss is smart. He's got hands of pure gold, I tell ya. Also, he's great with commerce. Yeah, go ahead and ask him what you need, but ask nicely or I'll tear your arms off.
Relax, big guy. Everything will work out swell.
Hello. Before you sits a fat bloke in a crimson suit. He is studying a ledger from time to time. The man pouts and scratches his triple chin, all while making some markings in the weather-beaten book. I'll wait until he notices me. The man continues studying his notebook, putting a spit on the tip of his fingers and turning around the pages. Continue waiting. You just sort of stand there awkwardly, to the sound of pages turning. Continue waiting. Alright.
Artemiev? I have business for you. What do you need? Talk fast. Time is money. They say you can get all kinds of rare gadgets. Is this true? Depends on what you'll be needing. You know how the times are. Quality tech is rare and costs a lot. So what will it be? I need a carburetor and an ignition starter. Got anything to offer?
Artemiev starts looking through his notepad.
Yeah, I got those. I can sell them in a couple of days, but it will cost you a pretty penny.
Oh my god.
7,000 rubles for the carburetor, 10,000 for the starter. Yes, yeah, it's a lot, but these days this stuff is really rare. Although there are other ways to pay. You can work for me if you don't have enough cash on you. Maybe we can talk a discount?
Oh god, not that.
Think about it yourself. Such money for parts I can buy from any scavenger. This is way too much.
Nope. Artemiev crosses his hands on his chest with an ugly smirk.
Well, go ahead and buy those parts off our scavenger. I bet they'd even ask even more than I. What's the market price of these things exactly? I don't think it's the one you told me. You'll lose all your clients by this way.
Nope.
Let's not talk about discount then.
Artemiev looks annoyed. He seems to want nothing but to return his suspicious machinations.
You mentioned a job. What is it? First off, I need you to take care of a man. An independent, a goddamn journalist. He has some intel on me. He's hiding near Krasnozamne. I need you to find him and silence him. How you do it, I don't really care, but I need the deed done. The second job is a fair bit more interesting. Closer to the town, there's this locked bunker. They say it was used for intercepting communications of supposed enemies of the state. Should be a gadget in this bunker called the 1C22 decoder. You don't need to know what it does. I need you to fetch it for me. If you complete both tasks, you get your parts and more. Any questions? Hope not. What's the bunker story all about? It's near Krasnozamne, in the mountains. There was a communications relay there some time ago. Intercepted enemy signals and whatnot. You need to search that place for a decoder. No questions asked, I'm taking on both missions. Good. Now let me point out that bunker on your map. I'll circle the place where the journalist is probably hiding as well.
You pass your map to Artemyev and he draws 2 points on it, each with short phrases, radio bunker and rest stop 6.
Those places are long forgotten, but I doubt you'll get lost. Okay, well, I have to go.
Oh, let's have a chat with this old chap. A big unshaven man with a smoking cigarette between his teeth stands in front of you. He casts an indifferent look at you and clears his throat, covered in soot from the thick tobacco smoke. Ahem. What is it?
Nothing really, I just hope for a chat.
Sure, let's chat. We're not exactly flooded with work around here anyway.
Where have you come from, guys?
From Trudograd. My boss, there he is collecting material for his articles, and I accompany him as a photographer. Well, I also scribble some stuff too, like crossword puzzles and stuff. They pay for his trip, of course, but there's absolutely nothing to do in these backwaters. By the way, talking of work, do you want to earn some money?
Well, that sounds interesting. Give me the details.
Sure. Look, Trudograd is currently suffering from a lack of paper. There's not much left from before the war, and freshly produced paper is way too expensive. So before I left, some guys from the print shop asked me to buy waste paper in Krasnozamani, as it's cheaper. But it's not as simple as they think. I bought some in Pentagon and some here and sent it to Trudograd. But to complete the order, I need more. The man spits out a cigarette butt and instantly opens a new pack. Fancy a cig?
Thanks, I don't smoke. Go on with your story.
You don't smoke? That's good. Just a second. The journalist extracts a cigarette from the pack, lights it, and goes on. So I need 50 more stacks of paper to complete the order. I'll pay you 12 rubles per pack, and if you find all 500 stacks I need, I'll also give you a bonus.
I'll take that into account. As for now, can we return to the questions?
Sure.
How is it being a journalist nowadays?
That depends. If you want to know what to write, it can be quite a lucrative job. And if you don't, you'll risk ending up like one of the independent journalists from around here. He was digging up some dirt on the local criminal figure and then mysteriously disappeared from the city. Well, you got the idea. I can't tell you more because the said criminal figure lives next door.
Oh, yeah.
Ah. I can make that connection.
What can you tell me across Nozamani?
It's a city, just like any other city. I've seen better, I've seen worse. My boss and I usually visit the local brothel. To interview sex workers solely for this reason.
Well, I'd like to read your interviews, but I have no time. Right, see you later.
And we're out. Alright. That must be the city hall. Is there anything else? Stand. Oh, there's the brothel. That's probably a casino. I don't really have interest in. Let's move. Wait. Is that a man wearing a full suit of whatever? You see a man wearing a shiny silver unitard, as well as a queer helmet that has a metallic chicken wattle of some kind on the top. As the man spots you, he jumps up, hits himself in the chest, and shows you the palm of his hand, and moves his index and middle fingers apart as he is able in a strange, exotic gesture you've never seen before. Sanctum Bioform, my designation is under P603, or how people in your time like to say, howdy, comrade communist, my name is Xander. Surprising enough, the usual xenophobic old man, Hexagen, repeats the strangest gesture.
Song Zhang, dear guest from the future.
Oh my, how did you know I come from the future?
Oh, young man, or should I say, not even born man. You are talking to the father of Soviet science fiction, a co-author of the erotic epic Elita. the fastest pamphlet known as the Buratino of the Wooden Child. Look at you, that cheap-looking silver unitard, and that moronic wattle upon your head, those tiny pig eyes. You are obviously a time traveler.
Hey, my arms aren't that tiny. At least my mom says so.
A good day to you too. You wanted something from me, or can I leave?
The man smiles and jumps into the air out of joy. Our scientists will hope you would give such a moderate, friendly answer. Listen, an important historical figure of Velvet. I didn't tell you. What? How do you know my name? I didn't tell you my name. Okay then.
This guy likes the metagame, alright.
This temporal projection asks you for help in a moment of need. The recent future from where I am from is in danger, and only you can help history go on a more noble path. Please, I beg of you to listen to my words. We scientists used all of the energy of our experimental time machine to send me here. We won't have a second chance.
Fine. Tell me what I need to do to save the future. I'm all ears.
Xander P603 opens his hands and draws an invisible circle with his fingers. This gesture probably expresses joy, since he looked pretty happy after completing it. In the name of Holy Voltboy, the first robotic saint, I'm glad you decided to hear me out. Now, person from the past, know this. In less than half a century from now, a small part of humanity will rise from the atomic ashes. It will then create a technically advanced futuristic utopia far away from here, in the mountains. That won't mean a happy ending for everyone, though. Some people still struggle with the eastern wastes. We also share a border with a country whose people became a single hive-mind organism. And there's terrible menace. I'd rather not talk about today, and also, Xander sobs. Also, a terrible, bloody dictator and tyrant conquered my amazing country right after it became a violence-free utopia. The name of this disgusting, sadistic, all-powerful god king is Ilya Kuznetsov, the ruler of heaven and earth and the nine hells. He and his gang of ruffians and brutes quickly overtook our glorious country. They made us use serial numbers instead of our last names, as if we're cattle. He has also changed our first names into city made up abominations such as Xander or Beetrootron. He made the population walk on their knees, begging for food. Also, to fight our urge to resist, he created a log of obligatory medicinal crime preventative beatings. Every day and every night. A social worker has to slap every citizen of our country in the face at least once, for no reason. And sometimes the social worker hits you with the backside of the hand, and some of them are married. So if they have metal rings on their fingers, they'll slap you even harder. And some even have rings on all over their fingers, since we are a polyamorous society. Xander covers his face and starts weeping.
What a nightmare. How can I help you, noble people of the future?
Well, learning the biography of the mighty yet terrible god king, the demonic dictator Ilya Kuznetsov, is obligatory for all, so everyone knows the exact date his parents decided to have a child. It happened this year, in a terrible circus filled with mutants that one may find near here. Please, friend, people of the future beg you, find the tyrant's parents and make them hate the idea of having kids. Do not let monstrous Ilya Kuznetsov be born. The strange man takes out a map of the waste and out of his pocket and points to a certain location.
Well, I promise nothing. Need to think about it. Bye. Actually, hold on. What will I get for this job?
Xander smiles and winks at you. Oh, you're going to love that part. I'm ready to pay you 1 million in your timeline's currency. Yes, you heard. Right. A whole million. Maybe even more.
Oh boy, now that sounds really good. I'll try to help you out. See ya.
Okay. Oh my god, that voice kind of took a bit out of me there. This is a hospital. Oh no, it's just a city hall. An untidy woman in her 30s, looking as if she had no time to check what she was putting on herself, and just put on The first thing she grabbed out of her wardrobe with a massive chin and annoyed, tired eyes suddenly darts off and nearly bumps into you, barely holding a heavy pile of forms that look old and yellow but have clearly been filled in recently. When she overcomes her shock, she starts sweating nervously and incomprehensibly.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Buy glasses if your eyesight is weak. I have no strength as it is. I don't need weird people growing up in front of me like mushrooms after a rain. Wait, are you by chance a lawyer from Chudograd I invited to you last week? Are you looking for Katerina Mavrova? Because if you are, it's me. But wait, she couldn't have come so fast. What do you want? Well, I'm on the other side of the world from a lawyer. What are these papers? What do you need these certificates for?
The woman's nostrils flare with anger, and she starts pulling out papers out of the pile frantically.
Well, this proves that I exist. This one confirms that the official who confirmed my existence is entitled to confirm such things. This is the proof I paid for his services. And this? No, I'm fed up. My brain will burn if I continue. I see. This is terrible. You're right. Okay, anything else? Alright, have a nice day. Did I hear somebody? Okay. Well, that shall be it for now. Hope you all had a nice time for the stream, and I bid you all farewell for now.